Joe Teti here. I'm going to go over my bug out bag. So as you can see, it's not too big. This is something I keep in my car. I do have one for my truck, and it's much bigger, but I'm going to go over the contents of this thing real quick. Let's just talk about the outside real quick. I've got a Tops knife here on the outside. It's a little bit smaller one than I designed, but nonetheless, it's a good knife. Got a sharpener inside here, as well as a flint starter and a small sharpening stone. Got a snap link on the outside for attaching anything I may find. Of course, a water blivet inside of the backpack that you can fill up with water. And then on this side, this is a tourniquet that you can get to very, very quickly. And you don't want something like this on the inside of your rucksack, because heaven forbid if you need it, you're going to need to get to it pretty quick. And lastly, I've got a set of flex cuffs on the outside, and those speak for themselves. So anyway, let's just go through these pockets real quick and take a look and see what we have. All right, so on this pocket here, what I have here is just some basic food items. I've got some turkey and some salmon. I've got 3 bottles of this New Way protein drink. It's got 42 grams of protein. I've got some powder that will help hydrate you if you find water. I have 2 power bars, and I also have a waterproof notebook and a pen. Inside this, and these things are great if you can get them out of an airplane if you travel first class. These are great for just carrying different items. And this is my first aid kit. And I've got everything from zithromycin to Imodium to basically stuff for my stomach. I'm not going to be carrying a lot of Band-Aids and stuff. Quite frankly, my weak point is my stomach. So anything for diarrhea, I've got some iodine, I've got some Neosporin, some chapstick, and stuff like that, because the last thing you want to do is start getting dehydrated from diarrhea or vomiting and get into a worse situation. So that's my first aid stuff. Band-Aids are great, but they're not going to save your life. All right, so that's in that pouch. The next pouch above that, I have a bunch of items. And I'll take them out. I'll set them here in front of you. I've got a multi-tool. I've got a little keychain that's got a whistle, signal mirror, a red light signal light, an infrared light, and a thermometer. Of course, your survival bracelet, little hacksaw, a lighter. I don't need to rub sticks together. A 5-hour energy drink, a Lasky sharpener for my knife, a good quality Benchmade folder, and lastly, good flashlight, surefire light. Can't beat it with a stick. Alright, so we'll go into this compartment here. We've got some various items here. First off, a pair of gloves. These are slightly used, but a really good pair of Oakley assault gloves. I've got a pair of mini binoculars, for obvious reasons. Now I've got a flask right here. There's nothing in it right now, and what I'm considering putting in here is bleach, because you can use bleach to disinfect water. But it's a really high quality flask, and that's going to have some bleach in it. I've got another pair of lightweight gloves, another pair of 2 pairs of flex cuffs. I've got an eTrex Vista GPS. I've got OD Green bungee cords, because underneath that I've got a poncho that I can make a poncho hooch with. And last but not least, I've got two walkabout radios, and I make sure that the batteries are fully charged. And of course, if this is sitting in a vehicle or something, you need to make sure your batteries are up to snuff. And I also have a packet of hand warmers. Okay? And in the main compartment, I have a bottle that you can boil water in, and a watch. Pair of bolt cutters, just in case I have to gain entry to a place that I need to gain entry to. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chem lights. I have green, red, and blue. I've got a space blanket. And this space blanket I got in Romania. It's a really heavy duty one too. It's not a small one. This thing's a Mac Daddy space blanket. This is a really cool item. Some folks sent me. It's a warming vest. It's basically like a giant hand warmer, but you put it on your entire body and it'll warm your body for 8 hours. So if you're close to hypothermia, this thing's bomber. Some wet ones for sanitation, going to the bathroom. This is a giant tarp. It's not real big. It's 8 foot by 8 foot for on the ground. Some Gorilla Tape in case you tear a hole in it. And lastly, a mini bivy bag. You know, this isn't going to keep a whole lot of cold off you. Obviously, if it's 0 degrees, you're going to freeze. But just basic warmth, something 30 degrees, 40 degrees will keep you warm. And lastly, this bag is a bag that I designed, and I'm going to be making more of them. So that's basically it.